All right, our new unit is Inequalities unit. We should be looking at student handout 1. Before we start, you have seen inequalities before. You have seen inequalities already in elementary school. Does anybody remember what inequalities look like? What do you got?
Like greater than, less to.
Less than?
Equal to.
Okay. Is that what you were going to say? As soon as I say probably alligator, that would trigger something in your mind, right? Because the alligator eats the bigger number. All right, so that's what we're refreshing our memory, and then we're working on for this unit, adding to it with some 7th grade stuff. So we're going to introduce it and refresh our memory. So first things, we just finished the equations unit. Equations used what symbol?
Equal.
An equal sign to show that both sides are equal or equivalent. Now, what unit are we on? Inequalities. So inequalities show that both sides are not equal. Okay, so we need to refresh our memory on what these symbols looked like. So the greater than symbol, did the alligator mouth open to the left or open to the right? It opened to the left. What about greater than or equal to? What's unique about that?
It's a greater than with a sign on the top of it. Like a little line.
It's got a greater than with a line underneath to represent the equal to part. We'll get into that. Yeah, pretty much. Less than, the alligator's mouth opens to the right. Less than or equal to is a less than sign with an equal sign underneath. What about not equal? Anybody seen that symbol before? Olivia, what you got?
It means like an equal sign with a line through it.
It is an equal sign with a line through it. That is a not equal to symbol. So Blake asked what that even meant. So Blake, if I said Miss Welsh is either greater than or equal to my age, and I'm 31, can Miss Welsh be 31 if she's greater than or equal to?
Yes.
Can Miss Welsh be 29?
No.
Can Miss Welsh be 35?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it means. She can be my age or more. Yes. All right, so let's take a look at some inequalities and refresh our memory. To make these sentences true, we need to replace them with a symbol. So I have a 4 and a 9. Raise your hand. What? I need the proper name of the symbol. Kale, what goes there? A less than symbol, I agree. The alligator is eating the 9. B, I have 0.5 and 0.45. Brock, what's my symbol? Greater than. Do we agree or disagree?
Agree.
I agree. 50 cents is greater than 45 cents. C. Edison, what's I got?
Less than.
Less than. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is correct. D. Ninja? Equal to. Is that equal to?
Yes.
It is. Good. And the last one. What you got? Agree?
Yes.
It is greater than. Good. Okay, next section, we're translating it into words if we had to read it. So, I see a number 6 here. How do I translate that to words? You write it as a 6. 6 what? Less than or equal to what? X. That's one way to write it. 6 is less than or equal to X. God bless you. Okay, looking at this inequality, who is the alligator eating? X. Look at the inequality I just wrote. Do you feel these are the same thing or different?
Same thing.
Same, why?
Because it's still the same.
It's still eating the X, either way I wrote it. Wrote it? Written it? Right. Okay.
I don't know.
So, X is any number. We don't know what X is. So any number has to be greater than, or it can be exactly 6. That's what that means. So, to translate this, how could I write this? X.
Is,
What?
X is greater than or equal to 6.
X is greater than or equal to 6. So basically you're reading it backwards. Okay, how can I write this next inequality? Y is less than 1/2. Do you agree that's 1/2? Yes. Quit. Or I could read it backwards. 1/2 what? Is greater than Y. Okay. I prefer to see the variable written first. So inequalities mean I know the answer has to be, the answer is your variable, has to be greater than or equal to 6. So can it be 6?
Yep.
Could it be 7?
Nope.
Yes. Could it be 6.6?
Yes.
Could it be 4?
No.
So it said I can have any answer that's greater than or equal to 6. Inequalities does not have one answer, where equations have one answer, like x equals 4. The only answer that works for this problem would be 4. But there's many answers you can get with inequalities, because it's not equal. We're going to use the variable as a starting point when reading inequalities. All right, so let's move to the bottom and practice some. So they give us an inequality, and then they say, what if k equaled 11? And they said, let's see if the inequality is true. So anywhere I see a k, I'm going to plug in 11. So I'm going to rewrite this, 11 plus 8 greater than or equal to 19. Hold on. Shh. I have to solve this. What is 11 plus 8?
19.
I'm going to rewrite this. Then I have to ask myself if this is true or false. 19 is greater than or equal to 19.
Yes.
Is that true or false?
It's true.
It is true because it is equal to. So that means when k is 11, it creates a true statement. Number 2, I've got another inequality. This time, what do they want me to plug in for the variable? 3. There's no math work on this one. So I have to ask myself if this is a true or false statement. Is 12 greater than 3?
Yes.
So true or false? True. I'm going to skip to number 6. I've got another inequality. What am I plugging in for a variable? 5. Okay, well, what operation is this 5 about to do? How do I know multiplication?
Because they're right by each other.
Because they're sitting next to each other. The variables being multiplied, sitting next to each other. So 6 times 5 is 30. Then I have 30 plus 5 is 35. Then you ask yourself, is it true or false?
False.
35 less than 18 is false. Then number 8. What number am I plugging in my variable? 6. So order of operations, I do multiplication first. What is 5 times 6? 30. 30 minus 20, or, whoops. 30 minus 3.
It's 27.
Is that a true or a false statement? 27 is greater than or equal to 25. That is true. Pretty simple, huh? Yes.
On number 6, do we have to write the parentheses 5, or could we just work out the problem 30 plus 5?
Typically, you're probably going to do this in your head,
Yeah, that's what
most likely,
Yeah.
unless I said show work. Okay, quit. Now my favorite part is graphing them. This is the new part to it. It's not graphing like you're used to, so don't get your all fussy faces. It's fun. It's even better than solving it. And if you notice on the agenda board, you're having a quiz Thursday on this. We're rocking and rolling. All right, so inequalities can be, what are we about to do? Graphed on the number line. Geniuses.
Oh my God, no way.
This box is one of the main things you will have to have memorized for your quiz. Okay, so I'm about to talk about that box. So if I had a number line and there was a 10, you either have an open circle, which means not included, or you have a filled in circle, that means included. Now, here's where I need you to not shout out after. I want you to wait and use your brain before answering. Okay, so you're waiting and thinking when I say the next statement. If I said I will give you less than $10. Can I give you exactly $10? No. Okay, so is that included? No. So that symbol means not included. It would be an open circle because it wouldn't make sense. If I'm saying I'm giving you less than $10, there's no way I'm giving you $10. Okay, what if I said here, I'll give you greater than $10? Am I exactly giving you ever $10? No. Could I give you $10 and a penny? Yes. But am I ever going to give you exactly $10 if I'm giving you greater than $10? No. So, greater than symbol, included or not included? Not included. Okay, next. What if I said, I'll give you less than or equal to $10? Can I give you exactly $10 then? Yes. That is why the circle would be filled in, because it makes sense that it would happen. Open circles like a hole in the graph. It can't happen. What if I said, I will give you greater than or equal to $10? Could I give you exactly $10 then? Yes, so that is included. This is a very helpful chart when graphing. All right, so we're going to look at graphing x is less than or equal to 5. It's not a question, that's the symbol. No, I was just looking at the letter on someone's desk. So, I have this inequality. Is that going to be an open or a closed circle?
Open. Close.
Open.
Close.
Blake. I clearly wrote that symbol where? Included, so it is a closed circle. I can't write on top of this box, so you would draw a closed circle on 5. Closed circle on 5. Draw it on your number line. Now, the next step. Pick any number to the right of this. What's a pick a number. 8. All right. Is 8 true or false? Is 8 less than or equal to 5?
No.
Thank you for answering true or false. False. So pick a number to the left. What number?
2.
1. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? True or false?
True.
So that means it's got to be shaded to the left of wherever the part you said true. And I bold my arrow. Why would I bold my arrow?
So you can tell.
Is it showing all the numbers?
No.
What about negative 50? Is negative 50 less than or equal to 5?
Yes.
True or false?
True.
It's not a question, it's a true or false. So it's not showing everything. This arrow says it keeps going to negative infinity. It will keep going. So how many answers does inequalities have? Infinity. What about negative 2/3? Is that an answer? What about positive 10? Is that an answer? No, because that's not shaded. Okay, so let's practice. I forgot to tell you my trick. Remember how I said I like to see the variable written first? Gabby. If your variable is written first, if you draw a line in your inequality, it kind of draws an arrow to where you should shade. See, it's pointing this way?
Oh, that's cool.
But if they wrote it backwards, That's not helping me because it would have shaded the wrong way. But if your variable is listed first, it's going to draw an arrow to where you can shade.
Did you make that one up?
I did. That's how I remembered it.
I'm proud.
Thanks.
How do you make that?
It's the only way I could learn math is remembering tricks.
Do you have to fold in the line, or can you write it just like on top of the circle?
You can write it on top.
Okay.
I like squiggles, but that's just me. Okay, let's look at number 10. Said it's going to have answers K greater than 11. So on 11, is that going to be open or closed circle?
Open.
Open on 11. So 11, it cannot be included. All right. Then you can ask yourself, true or false, 12 greater than 11?
True.
Is 9 greater than 11?
False.
So, and my arrow trick shows that it's pointing to this direction, so it's shaded to the right. So would 0 make this true?
No. False.
What about 20?
Yes. True.
What about 20.5?
True.
Because it's shaded all that direction. All of those are answers. What about 11.000001?
Yes. True.
It would be very close to this line, but it is true.
When you're doing it, do you have to put both lines? Like the one that's not shaded and the one that is shaded?
Circles.
Number 11. Is it written how I like to see it?
No.
It just drives me crazy looking at that. So I flip the letter and number. Who was the alligator eating?
12.
It still has to eat the 12. So I make my sign, still eat the 12. Now, open or close circle on 12? Close. So can I be 12 years old? Yes. It's shaded in. What about 13? Is that true or false?
No.
False. What about 10? True or false?
True.
So it is shaded to the left, bolded. I don't even know where you got 47 from.
No, you said negative 47.
Oh. All right, I want to move to the bottom, and I created a helpful little chart of some words that you might see, like the word addition. What's some other words that mean addition?
More.
More, add, plus. They're all synonyms, right? This is a synonym for greater than. This is a synonym for less than. Well, it's the same thing. Synonym for this. Here's two synonyms for less than or equal to. So I'd like this chart drawn at the bottom of your page because it will be helpful for these problems and your homework. You drawn it? Copying this chart to your page. I didn't just make this up for you to just glance at and not copy it. I see a maximum. Would there make sense to be a minimum somewhere?
Yes.
Where would it go?
At least.
It would be a minimum could go here for a synonym. All right, 16 says the McDonald family spends no more than $150 for groceries each week. So they spend $150 possibly. Can they spend $160?
No.
Can they spend $140?
Yes.
Can they spend $150?
Yes.
No more than. Here is the symbol that it correlates with. So it can be less than or equal to. So they can spend $150. They can spend less than it. So we can draw them a graph to show all the possible amounts they could spend on groceries. I don't see any numbers here. Well, what number needs to be included? Where do you want to put it?
On the second to last.
Does it matter where I put it?
No.
The middle makes me happy. What do you want to put here?
175.
You're counting by 25s? We could count by 25s, but I just don't feel like counting by 25s. Let's go 160. Could I have counted by ones?
Yes.
I could have. So here I counted by tens. Is it going to be open or closed? Closed on 150.
So no matter what, if the number, if it's has the sign and the number's on this side of the sign, it's going to be closed no matter what.
If there's an equal to sign, then it's going to be closed. Okay. Can they buy $140 worth of food?
Yes.
Yes. Can they buy $160 worth of food? So this side was true. Shaded to the left. And there's a graph of how much they could spend. Could they spend $0?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
They wouldn't be spending any.
Yes.
Okay, could they spend $1?
Yes.
Based on this graph, they could probably even spend negative dollars.
Because they give everybody money.
Yeah. Okay, 17 said Jared earned at least $10 an hour when mowing lawns. Okay, can Jared earn $11?
Yes.
Can Jared earn $10?
Yes.
Can Jared earn $9?
No.
Okay, at least falls under this symbol. Where you want to put the 10? Somewhere crazy?
Yes.
All right, how about here?
I will put it through. Oh my God, what a rebel.
What do you want to count bys?
Twos.
All right, I heard twos.
I did it for real. I put it at the beginning.
Okay. Open or closed circle? Closed on 10. Okay. Could Jared earn $8? No, he has to earn at least $10. Can he earn $12 then? Yes, so it is shaded to the right. He could earn $50. Do you think he's going to put a limit on how much he's going to earn?
Yeah.
He would be a doofus head if he said, "You know what? I'm not going to charge you anymore. I'm just going to work for free."
We need those kind of people.
That would be nice to have those kind of people.
Yeah, I know. I do not have that.
Okay, this goes along with homework 1.